to finish that last video, I already touched on anxiety and how it affected my life a little bit, but touching on social anxiety and talking with other people. Talking with other people was never my thing. I was never the guy that was good at communicating or even worked on communicating. I was never actively going out finding things to do or growing my relationships and cultivating the relationships in my life. I think it's so important for you guys to do, to go out and cultivate the relationships in your life. Go out and appreciate the relationships in your life. Go and do things and say things and go tell people things that are going to be appreciative and build the relationship. Build the relationship because you need to have great quality relationships in this life, not relationships that are getting you off the path to where you want to be at, and where you want to progress for yourself. Become intentional about this. Become intentional about the people you're putting yourself around in this life. So I was not intentional about who I was putting in my life, and I was around people. So yeah, that's it. Friend groups. I was around bad people. I was around a bad association of people. I was around people who didn't even care about me. I was around friends who I had to go chase down for what they were doing, where they were going. But that was because I was never okay with being with myself. I had to become okay with being with myself. I had to become a friend of myself before I was a friend of others. So, these people, they didn't even appreciate me for me. Like, I was always going out of my way. I was always trying. I was always the one who was left with the short stick, or I was always the guy who was being left out. I was always the guy that I would be there and nobody would truly have any productive conversations. Anybody would never have any true meaning to me being there. I was just there. I was just a feather in the wind. That's what half these people are. They're just here in life. They're just bored. You need to have things that you're actively striving for in this life. Don't be someone who's just walking around this life with no purpose and not giving out value. I was never giving out value to the people in my life. But the people I was around were not giving around value. They were, because I wasn't intentional about the person I wanted to create or the life I wanted to create. I didn't even know who to put myself around to involve me to get to that. And it's not, you have to be selfish at some points in this life. And I wasn't even intentional about that. So the people I was around, they were smoking, they were drinking, they had no purpose. They were going in the bad route in this life. So you have to switch your association, and not all cases it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard to maybe even break some relationships or to create balance in relationships, but you have to know what's best for you. You have to know what you want most in this life, to keep hanging around people who are gonna lead you down a path of pleasure and to deteriorate your progress, or you're gonna put yourself around wealthy people who are gonna grow your mind and to engrave success principles into the active way that you go about life. It's so important. It's not something that you're doing here and there. It's a lifestyle that you create with yourself. It's not something where you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. It becomes who you are. It becomes a daily lifestyle that you inherit every situation and decision that you go about with. Greatness, creating a life of success, a life being a champion of life. Alright, so that's 3 minutes, 4 minutes deep. We're talking about, alright, it's gonna get real here. We're gonna get real here. So, first, earlier on in life, I lost my Snapchat. This isn't big. 7 years of memories, gone, out the window. That was definitely big. It was something that I had to accept, and this situation, you cannot control getting your Snapchat back or getting those memories back, but you can control creating new ones and creating a life of greatness, a life of purpose, and experience the most in this life and going to create lifelong memories so it's focusing on what you can control. A period of my life, it sucked. I lost 7 years of memories within my Snapchat, all gone, and they got taken away from me. I got banned from the app, and my account got deteriorated, whatever. It was taken away from me. It was banned. So that sucks, but we're here now. If you're living, that's a reason to be great. If you're living right now, if you're taking a breath, that's a reason to appreciate life. That's enough to go out and appreciate existence and to create what you need to create for yourself. The world is all about creating. It's all about evolving, all about doing better, becoming a better person. So, whatever. That's that. So, I have been sent away to mental hospitals, behavioral systems, you name it. Like the places that your parents send you to get better help. I was never I never agreed with this. Every single time I was forced, and I went to 6 of these, 2 schools, 2 inpatient hospitals, which is like 7 to 14, 21 day stay, and then 2 residential places where you stay for about 2 months to 2 to 3 months. And for me, yeah, so it started off by getting sent to twice, or to 1 school. That didn't work out or whatever. So I got sent to this place in close to my home, 30 minutes away. I got taken by policemen from my school so I was in baseball practice. I remember this. Baseball or football, I don't know. My memory comes together sometimes, especially with memories like this. But yeah, so I was in football, and I know there was policemen who came to my school and took me out from where I was. So that was the first time I went to a 14 visit stay to this place in Waukegan. It was like when I first saw it from my eyes, first of all, I was blaring out crying. I was 16 years old. This was 2019. I was a young kid. I did not know how to handle any of this. I think this is a messed up way to try fixing your kids, or if you're trying to be a parent or whatever. But so anyways, I got sent to this place. In front of the entire school, I was taken with cops side to side, and I went to the hospital. Ended up getting admitted to the hospital, and yeah, I mean, that's where the misery started. Misery started. So I was depressed. I didn't know how to handle any of this. So being able to, or going to a hospital, I didn't even know what this was. I was like, what even is this? I've never heard of this in my life. I got put into a room, taking all my belongings from me, took the clothes I had and put me in a gown, naked, and got drug tested. I got the veins, not wires, but the tubes in they took all my blood. It was not fun, especially being at the hospital. It was dangerous, but I figured something about myself. I was sitting there in a lost soul for more than 4 hours to myself with doctors and nurses that weren't even trying to help me or give a fuck about me. It was all me. I was sitting there by myself. So it wasn't the act of my parents trying to send me away, but it was me being sent away that got me better, that helped me get to where I'm at in life. So fast forward, got to the hospital, the mental hospital. I was like 8 stories up. I had a roommate. This guy was named Eli. I remember this guy vividly. I had him on Snapchat, lost connection, don't know where he's at right now, but I hope Eli's doing good. But yeah, I mean, I was a likable person. I talked a lot, but not in that stage. I was a depressed motherfucker, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And that first night, I was so amped up, I was so riled up, I was not accepting the position I was in and where I was at in life. I was just like, I couldn't go to sleep. And when these doctors saw that, they gave me, without my will, they gave me medicine, they gave me a shot. And within the next 30 seconds to a minute, I fell asleep, slept. Woke up next day, I was like, what the hell happened? And it was against my will, and never talked about this since. Like, that should be mad illegal. These places are messed up. Never send your kids to you, but I'm talking about how I progressed. So this is the first place. yeah, I mean, it was hell. Like, it sucks. Like, I was a young kid, 16 years old. I had a girlfriend when I was getting sent away to this place, too. Don't have connection with her either. Hope she's doing good. Not gonna name names. I'm never gonna name names on this channel, but yeah, I mean, I've hurt some people in my life, like badly hurt people, and I'm not proud of it, and that's why I strive to become so much better every single day. But anyways, fast forward, I was depressed. None of it helped me. None of the therapy helped me. I don't remember any of it. I don't remember jack shit. I just remember this one girl I met. Really nice girl. Hope you're watching this. I am in connection with her, which is pretty cool because we met when we were like 16 in a hospital. Also have talked to another girl from this place. Actually grew up with her. Crazy story. Anyways, so yeah, none of it helped me. I remember creating that bond. I remember I had like there was rooms with like girl, boy, but I remember I was talking and hanging out with this one girl so much. I had like the boys separated from the girls, and like it was just crazy. I remember like me being trapped, roommate in the bedroom. I remember being trapped. I couldn't get out of my room without asking for it to go to the bathroom. Like I had to ask to go to the bathroom in these places. It was so bad. Like, I had to ask to go anywhere. You couldn't. It was like jail, but not really jail. Whatever. Anyways, another one. The next one. That's whatever. Like, that's a messed up thing that I had to go through in life. I had to accept the situation I was in, and after this, it didn't get better. I thought it was like, oh, I'm free. No. So, like, I didn't really have freedom in this time. This was going throughout high school, and throughout this whole time, I was always, this is where PTSD came in. That was a very traumatic event where I had to go about life with the defense. Like, I was always looking over my shoulder. I was always watching what I was doing. I was always thinking about, like, how I could run away from things. It was bad. So, but anyways, I got sent away again to this one place. I think, so that first day was 14 days. I think this one was like 17. Same thing really. I met two girls. I remember to this day, don't have touch with them. Don't keep in touch with them, but some nice ladies. I was young as hell, so it's like, there's so many relationships and people I had to meet, counselors I had to meet, stories I had to meet and tell that you're just never gonna get back. It's like, you want to find the relationships that are meaningful in your life and cultivate them to the max. Let people know that you appreciate them and the value that they give in your life. Let people know that, because yeah, I was not doing that. But anyways, I remember this foosball tape. I was playing foosball like a madman, but I was terribly depressed in this entire stay. Like, there was this guy named George, I think, and Jeff. I don't know if I got those right, but these was two people who worked there that were trying to help me, and they could feel me so much because they felt the pain, the suffering, the crying, the tears, the emotion that was in my hurt and my suffering. And I would have to tell these people my story, tell them what I'm going through, and these people would try helping me. I never accepted it. I never wanted to get better. There was no want. I was just there against my will. Like, none of these places, but me being there by myself, that's what helps me. That's what helped me. Being there, having nobody there for me. I had to be there for myself. I had to work on myself, and yeah, food at these places were shit. I was eating shit hospital food. But it's like, you have to appreciate for what you got in this life. You have to appreciate the blessings and the little things that you have in this life, and stop focusing on what you don't have in this life. I could have been appreciative for the opportunity that I had there, because everything is an opportunity or a disadvantage. It was an opportunity for me to be better and to take time away from the society and work on myself, but I didn't take that for myself. I was too arrogant, and I was too focused on whatever it was, and being a depressed, angry little guy. I was a little guy. Like, I was walking around little guy. I had no self-value, no confidence. All right, 14 minutes. So, yeah, I want to touch upon that, and then I'm going to touch on the last two. I had no self-love or self-confidence. Thomas Toohey had no self-love or no self-confidence. That was the most important thing, besides controlling my mind. I didn't love myself. I didn't hold value in myself, and I didn't know the potential of what Thomas Toohey could do. I wasn't going through things in life that were hard and overcoming things to give me evidence that I was the man, to give me the confidence that I needed to get me through situations that were hard in my life. So this comes into why I was so bad at giving speeches. A lot of people, this is why I was so bad at giving speeches, is because I thought I was a terrible person. I thought people viewed me terribly, but that's because I was viewing myself terribly. I was viewing myself like a low quality man. I was doing things that were low vibration. I was interacting with low vibrational people. You need to stay away from this, and the way that you build your value is hanging around people who already build their value. It's contagious. It's gonna rub off on you, and it's the same thing vice versa. So how I overcame this was affirming great things for myself, knowing that I'm a superstar, it's the way that you look at yourself. I look at myself like I'm famous, so people treat me like I'm a famous human being. I look at myself like I'm a great human being. I look at myself like nobody can beat me. I'm the greatest on this planet. You're not gonna lose benefit from walking in every single room thinking that you're the best in the room. So developing mental strength, developing discipline, doing things that I knew that were right even when I didn't want to do them, knowing that that's gonna progress me, knowing and implementing things, and getting away from GTA, getting away from losing time, wasting time with people who are just wasting time in this life, getting away from people who are dead in this life, and focusing on the values that I'm giving off to people, the words that I'm saying to other people, because it truly matters. It really does matter. The words that you're saying out loud is your internal bond. The things that you're saying to other people and the value you're giving out. You need to work on becoming an ultra quality human being. Developing a clean lifestyle and figuring out your purpose. Figure out your purpose and your calling, why you're here on this earth. Once you know the person that you want to create, that's what helped me. Figuring out the person that I wanted to create for myself, and always becoming the best version of myself no matter what I'm doing. Controlling my mind and developing strength and discipline that I need to live the life that I want to live. To develop the finances that I want to develop. To inherit the lifestyle that I want to live. And you develop confidence through repetition. So if you're in that state of life and you think that you're a nobody, go out and talk to as many people in this life. And work on your presence. Work on how you say things. Do you want to be someone that people listen to you? Or do you want to be someone where you speak, nobody listens to you? You have to choose the character that you are in this life. The qualities that you're going to inherit for yourself. The life that you're creating for yourself. I knew I did not want to be someone where people laughed when he spoke. I wanted to be someone that people took seriously. I wanted to be someone that where I spoke, people listened. People knew and were always chasing what I had to say. I knew I was chasing the wisdom and knowledge in this life. I wanted to be someone that had a purpose. I wanted to be someone that when I walked in the room, people felt the energy that I had. That I walked with confidence. I walked with being a respectful person that people looked up to, that had value within themselves. Not being a droopy person that always has the attitude that they hate life. It's the attitude and perspective that you have on life. If you think life is shit, you're gonna look at life as shit. But you have to look at the gratefulness in life. Look at the blessings that you have in life. It's all the way that you view things. Count the little things that you have in this life, because some people don't have them. It's the viewpoint, the perspective that you have on life. Perspective is always gonna drive the performance that you have in this life. Change the way that you view the world. Change the way that you view yourself. You are a beautiful human. You are a great human. You deserve more. So go out and achieve and work on everything you've ever wanted to in this life, because you can achieve it. You can do it. I know you can. You need to work on the belief that you have with yourself, the confidence and the way that you go about life, the habits that you have, the intentionality that you go about life, and the value that you put on life, because that is going to directly correlate to how you're living life and how intentional you are going about time, and the people that you're putting yourself around, and the actions that you're taking to get to the life that you want to create, but it starts with the self of urgency. You have to have the desire to do more, the burning desire to be someone better in this life, to be someone with your life, to create someone with your life, to not be a nobody and to be someone that's better than average, that's creating a habit of greatness, becoming a champion of life. But it starts with becoming intentional and figuring out the person that you want to create for yourself. Don't be a nobody and actively strive for more.